Hi folks, still feeling a bit poorly, so I'm not going to be doing much stressful stuff today. Just thought I'd do a bit of a tour of my current Minecraft world. I've not really played on the world for a while, but I quite enjoy what I made, so sometimes it's nice to have a nosy around and see what's what. You'll have to bear with me, Minecraft has been having some technical difficulties with OBS, so it may or may not crash. Fingers crossed, let's go. So, when we first started the world, we wanted something with the new Cherry Grove biome in it, or at least new at that time. I had a kind of look around, recommended seeds, things like that, and I found a very lovely one that had almost like a big lake surrounded by the Cherry Grove trees. So we quite liked the sound of that one, me and my wife. So we decided to make that our world. Decided to use that seed. You actually spawned in over here near this village, and this is where we kind of lived whilst we were kind of first getting set up. You know how it is, start a new world, don't have a lot in, need food, etc., etc. So we kind of made use of the existing village for that, which is terribly handy. Um, yeah, we had just like kind of villagers' huts. We didn't even really need to build anything of our own, which is pretty ideal. So mostly the early days were resource gathering to see how we kind of got on. One of the things I did build here was an iron farm. With the spawn point of the world being around here, it's the perfect spot for it. So bog standard iron farm. I wanted it underground, a bit easier that way. As you can see, effective. And all the drops work their way through the system. And end up in these lovely little work chests here. And there's also a disposal system, so any excess will go through the system will be dumped, which is what you want really. I find that very handy. Don't have to worry about clogging up your system and all that. So that was my little iron farm. Still does the trick. Never felt the need to make another one. You've got a couple of buildings around. I think some of the villagers use those. So yeah, there's not a huge amount around here. As I say, it was just like a starter village until we were ready to actually start building properly. We do have my little lava shop. Come fill your bucket up and it will renew itself, which is pretty cool. It's only a tiny little thing. Don't need much lava. Occasionally use it for bits and bobs. And up here, was my original nether portal. For getting that around and about. Um, I no longer use this one generally. Don't need to. My main base is elsewhere. Panels. Nothing in there. Yeah, this is a really ugly building. I never bothered to do anything with it because I didn't really need to. Let's go back out that way. Oops. Something else I should add. I installed a mod today, which in theory means that Twitch chat should come through to me in here. Just make sure that it's enabled. And it will let me, because the way I'm playing the game, I don't actually have Twitch chat visible at the minute, which obviously is a pain. But if this works, then any kind of chat that comes through should come through to me in game. And conversely, any messages I type, such as this, should then appear in my Twitch chat, and it does. So that's handy. It's exactly what you want. So that's good, that's worked. Quite pleased with that. Yeah, I can see that. Excellent, excellent. Right, so with that all set up and working, let's carry on. So over here was generally where my wife would set up her kind of tree farms. Completely manual ones, you know, she doesn't like automated stuff so much. You know, that's kind of the thing that I enjoy. So yeah, it should come over here to this island, plant various trees, and then obviously harvest them. I have been around here a while back and cleared out all the trees for projects. I'm sure at some point if she returns to the service, she'll do some more. Right, let's get back over here. Ouch, that was poor aim on my part. So then, what else do we have? So, got a bridge. Not the greatest bridge in the world. I struggle with design. A lot of the stuff that I've built has been influenced using tutorials and everything. But the bridge is basically something I tried to make on my own. So we've got the bridge here to Cherry Grove Village. You know, a truly original name, but that's fine. I don't know, I could have flown across here, but you know, defeats the purpose. Obviously, with this being a kind of cherry grove biome, we kind of went for the kind of Japanese style theme. Well, I did. Like all of this village and stuff around here is all mine. My wife's kind of stuff is further along the grove. This is my little villager breeder. We don't go in there. You end up with a lot of villagers. But I need them for trading halls and stuff, so let's continue the tour. So up here we have the map makers. You know, obviously got all your different trades and things, patterns, etc., etc. You know, most of these buildings have an upstairs, but most of them are kind of empty because, you know, I don't know what to put there. Let's get back out the front door for now. Also up here we have a Torii gate that also acts as a nether portal. That's my main nether portal, the one that I would use most of the time. We appear to have a friend here. Hello there, friend. Nice to meet you. Let's have a look. Sheep happens, my farm shop. Seeds, wheat, beetroot and sugarcane. Working on the cocoa beans, pumpkin and melon. I haven't bothered to build a melon and pumpkin farm, I don't think. And we've got wheat there. Got eggs, apples, beetroot. Working on the honey. And the honeycomb. Carrots, golden carrots, potato. All produced by myself. Cake, pumpkin pie and cookies. You know, and obviously got a couple of villagers in here. And then out the back we've got my farms. Lots of stuff to be harvested. I'm using a mod, excuse me, that adds a little exclamation mark so you know when something's ready to harvest, because sometimes it's a pain to try and tell. I also have my little beehives. Got my sheep if I need wool. Got my cows. Got my piggies. And I've got my dudes whose names I forget. Oh, lovely. Dropped something. Let's run in there and collect that. Torchflower seeds, lovely stuff. That's always good. Anything else? Oh yeah, another one. Cheers, guys. And I've got my egg farm. Go here. Yep, lots of eggs, as you'd expect. And I've acquired an egg. Thank you. Very nice. I guess I'll pop those in my inventory for now. So that's the farm shop. Very nice. As you can see, I've got the area very well lit up, which is what you want, so you don't get those monster spawns. You know, in the more recent versions of Minecraft, they made it a lot easier to avoid monsters spawning with lighting, and that's nice because you don't want to have to absolutely spam every single space in your build. You know, I mean here there's still a lot of light and everything, but I don't think it looks too bad. You know, and here, you know, if you've got a farm, gonna need a windmill. So, I'll say, yeah, a lot of these builds were inspired or based on doing tutorials that that I'll have tweaked different woods or stuff like that. You know, I really actually quite like cherry, the cherry tree wood. So my village uses an awful lot of it. On the left here, you can see my castle. I'm pretty sure this was Cortezarino's build. Absolutely magnificent build. Took me days. He makes it look easy, but yeah, took me a long, long time. I was very pleased when I finished it though. And that's my main base of operations. Um, Internally, I've kind of decorated it kind of how I wanted to. I think he had a video for internal stuff, but I didn't want it to be a direct copy as such. You know, so some bits are a bit different. The main design is his design, but with my own tweaks. As you can see, I'm using a mod pack that changes some of the paintings. Um, the bulk of my storage is in this castle. Uh, as you can see, this is all manual. I have, in previous worlds, gone automated storage route. I love a good automated storage system. I just felt like I do it in every world, so I wanted a change. Here on this map, you can kind of see it. I can't remember how recent this map is, but it gives you an overview of, you know, this local areas. You can see my castle's on like the side of the lake. I actually had to extend out some of the land here to fit the castle. This was the best area to put it. Um, there wasn't many flattish areas that were big enough for such a big castle. So yeah, I went there. My wife's stuff is this kind of area. So hers are a different style to mine. So that's like a village. There's been a couple of people that were going to join us that kind of had a location where they were going to build, but for the one reason or the other, it never quite panned out. Um, but yeah, that's kind of the map of the general area, and I'll be kind of going around everything. You will have to excuse me, people. My nose is pretty blocked. Oh, gold, lovely. I'm trying not to let that bother me too much. It is why I'm taking my time and not doing anything stressful today. Here is a small trading hall. This is for more specific stuff. If you've seen Hermitcraft, you know, you'll be familiar with this kind of thing, but this contains some of my own, like my own tweaked village and whatnot for some bits and bobs that I wanted, you know, like my own head, my wife's head, etc. You know, just for a bit of variety. You know, here's your villager with the hermit heads. I don't know how up to date this is. I've not actually watched the hermits for a couple of years now. There's so much stuff to watch in the world, you just kind of run out of time. You know, especially when you're working full time, it's hard to make the time. There's so many kind of hermits that you'd end up wanting to watch them all and you just can't do it. It's been a while, but you know, it's nice to see that they're all getting on. Here's my main bedroom. You know, I've got my cats, I've got my doggy, got my little jukebox, got my parrot, and I've got my LA friends. I keep my fish here, some axolotls, and other random bits and bobs that I don't need in my everyday life. Look at them go. Parrot dancing. And these little guys having a little dance with their flowers and fireworks, as you do. Oh yeah. I also found a nice guide to make this. I really liked this idea. I thought that was really neat. I really enjoyed doing that. What else have we got? Go through here. Oh yeah, my little kind of restaurant with my friend that runs the kitchen. He loves me really, but sometimes he gets a little agitated. I try not to bother him too much though. You've got your takoyaki octopus balls. Bit of ramen there. Lovely. Got my samurai sword. Got my two dudes in here. Clerics, that's the ones, you know, so if you need bits and bobs from them, there they are. Not a lot in here. Oh yeah, some dragon's breath. The last time I fought the dragon. Well, the only time I fought the dragon. Make sure to collect a load of that. What else have we got in here? Bit of an empty area. Oh yeah, the mad scientist room. His TNT and his redstone and things. May or may not look like Cubfan. I'll let you decide if you think he's a mad scientist or not. What else? Are we missing anything in here? I don't know, that's everything for that floor. Let's take a wander around here. That takes you upstairs. Nothing in there yet. Nothing in here yet. I did like the idea of like having a bookcase that controlled a door, or you know, like move some things. So it's like a hidden room. Unfortunately, the nature of the redstone and the size of the room that we had to play with, it just didn't pan out. So it's a very small area, and obviously the other side of it's outside. So I never quite got that finished. And then here's like your upstairs, just basically leads you outside. Excuse me. And obviously you get a lovely view from up here. So you can kind of view my wife's work over there. Looks the trees. You know, I kind of follow these guides and stuff, but my wife just follows her imagination. And I think she's got some really lovely stuff. You will go and have a look in a minute. Could have flown over, but I'm not going to. For reasons. Oh yeah, I should probably mention that this is my smelty ore machine. Put your stuff in here. Gets smelted and comes out here. And to do that, I have my little super smelter. Oh yeah, I also keep my, God, what it's called? my weird nether mushroom stuff that grows back here. Every so often I remember and go and collect it. Here, my little automated super smelter. Um, as well as smelting stuff quite fast. Let this past. It's also self-fueling, using the good old carpet method. I'm not ashamed. You know, if they ever get rid of that, that's fair. I won't use the carpet method. But while it works, that's what I use for fuel. You know, and that's all set up, so when all the furnaces are full of fuel, it turns off. When it's in use and the fuel is getting used up, it turns back on, shoots it out. Job done, easy peasy. Let's come back out of there, block that back up. I could have a door, but, you know, I like that it's secret. Unless you know about it, which is pretty much anyone that I've ever played on the server with. So let's head up here, because I've still got more buildings. Most of my buildings are using a similar style. So when I first came over here and set up shop, so to speak, I didn't have the castle. That came a bit later. I did have the Cherry Grove house, which is now renamed to Cherry Grove Guest House. You know, it had all your kind of basic amenities. Got a bed. Also had it upstairs. I think I had a bed and stuff up here as well. Actually, I think I kept the bed upstairs because I liked how clean it was. Oh, we are missing things. Oh, I wonder if they were tools of mine. Who knows? I don't remember. Yeah, so that's my little guest house. You know, visitors can stay there. I did used to have a skulker sensor and stuff under here as a doorbell, but you know, every time you went near it, it started screaming at you, and I guess that could get a bit annoying after a while. Sometimes there's tadpoles in here. There isn't at the minute. They've all matured into frogs, which have gone wherever they fancy, to be honest. As frogs are wont to do. At least in Minecraft. So let's head back up here. You know, we will get to the nether portal at some point, but not just yet. Still quite a bit to be shown. Here is my well. Yeah, lovely little well. Don't say you won't fall in. Just don't want that. Also acts as a point for lightning. I use a lot of wood. I worry it's going to burn. So I have my little lightning rods on top of the well. I didn't used to have a well, but I wanted somewhere for the lightning rods to go. And it's like, well, by doing this, it kind of looks nice. I mean, I'm not the most creative, as I say, but it works. It does the job. Excuse me, a bit of a cough. So yeah, I wanted something that was kind of decorative, but also practical. So the well fit the bill. So here we've got my butcher's shop. So you go in, you know, you can, I've got milk, leather, pork chops, chicken and beef. As you can see, they're kind of cooking away there. This guy, very useful. You'll find a lot of the shops here have an ender chest. I like to be kind, and you know, they're easy enough to make now. And it makes it easier for people to get their bits and bobs when they need to trade. Next shop is the Riddle of Steel. That's my armory. So in here we've got your kind of blacksmiths, toolsmiths, weaponsmiths, etc. You know, so if you need to get yourself some basic diamond gear, they can sort you out. You've got your guy for your bows and arrows, etc. They also contain the little path that gets you to the cow farm. Yes, I know it's not the best of conditions, but it does the job. Oh yeah, and you go down. just gets you to collection point. So your leather and beef come into those, and I think that's the overflow. Should I ever have too much beef and leather, which isn't likely, but you never know. So yeah, that's the cow farm just tucked away there. That leads down to my various mining places and stuff. Have kind of floors dug out with rooms at each kind of Y level that was needed for different things. I think if you go down there eventually you'll meet a point where you can go and visit the warden. I've never beaten him yet. Every time I try I get absolutely battered, so yeah. And I've tried a few times and I give it up. Sometimes if you're lucky I keep this stocked with iron so people can do their trading, which is always handy. And that's my little armoury, the Riddle of Steel. Bonus points if you can recognise what film that's from. Up next we have the Stonemason. Right. They've got quite a variety of bits and bobs. Oh. You've got quartz, polished andesite, chiseled stone bricks. Oh, for God's sake. A regular brick there. Just takes you out the other side. I basically use the standard template for the buildings. That's kind of built them where I wanted them and repurposed them for various things. I kind of liked having that kind of consistent kind of look to them. I think some are different to others slightly. Like this one is only kind of two-sided for the roof, like it points up that side and the opposite side. Whereas this has it on all four sides. So they're fairly similar, but some of them are a little different. And over here, this really long building, also probably a Cortezarino building. You know, I admit it, I follow his videos quite often because he does some really nice stuff. Really nice stuff. And his tutorials are absolutely wonderful. He does a great job of explaining, he's very thorough. So I tend to watch those a lot when I'm looking for inspiration. So in here is my main villagers trading hall. Kind of all decorated, again using the wood and the, I think it's like blackstone, which is really nice. In the roof, we have a sugarcane farm, because I am nothing if not practical. Yeah, I don't think you can actually see it. That just takes you to the other side. But yeah, basically a sugarcane farm up here. It's not super fast or anything, but it helps with resources. Of course, the only problem is you then get stuck trying to get back out. Excuse me, sorry. So, here in my villager trading hall, as well as having a fully leveled up enchanting table, we also have this wonderful book which will detail what you can get. So when you decide you want to try and make your really nice armour, this will tell you exactly what you need, what you can get. Yeah, so I've tried to prioritise some of the most important things. Oh, my memory today just doesn't want to cooperate. Enchantments, that's it, so they might not all be the best, but they'll get you up there. I think there's a few that I'd like, but I couldn't quite get all of them, it takes time, and limited space. You know, I didn't want to have the trading hall even longer. It would have been a bit ridiculous. The other thing I have here, it doesn't work great because of I only play on easy difficulty. You know, I know that some people like it when you play on hard difficulties, but you know, I like my gaming more casual generally. I work long hours and just want to relax. You know, so I've got my little zombie farm, but I think because we play it on easy difficulty, it doesn't spawn a lot. You know, it's not the most efficient. I had it, I think, because I just needed somewhere that I could try and repair my stuff in the earlier days. Oh, so like me a water elevator. They're always good fun. So that's my trading hall. Yeah, as I say, you got the sugar cane, so you can trade with the villagers. Right, that's the majority of my stuff in this village. Oh, behind the castle there's a stable. I forgot to go there. Let's take a gander. To be fair, doing this kind of village for me was actually quite a big deal because over more recent years I have tended to build underground. I'm not good at design. You know, I kind of will always own up to that. So I've tended to build underground because then you've all you've got to worry about is the interior, and that's a bit easier. But no, for this one, I thought I'd challenge myself to do something a bit different. So overground bases, and yeah, this is my little stable. This is Jeff the camel, Gimli the pony, Stinky, and Ote, because he's a donkey, Donkey Ote. You probably have to appreciate Japanese shops to get that one. Or the book. I guess it is a book, isn't it? I think Don Quixote. So there is that as well. So yeah, that's the majority of my village. Let's shoot up here quickly. Whee. So we have this here little tunnel. So everything you're about to see now was designed by my wife. I had very little involvement, maybe gathering materials and stuff on occasion, but the majority of what you're about to see was my wife's work. You know, so you've got like your little tunnels, all the lighting, and the vines, all very decorative. Kind of pops you out. Start working your way down. So that pops you out near my guest house. Oh yeah, and I've got a random stone with a doodad on it, because, yeah, I could probably do making something nicer there. And we have another kind of path area. Ooh. What have we got up here? Apart from torches, is there anything that's nosy? Oh yes, there is. Oh, it's more tunnel. Let's have a nosy. It's been a while since I've been around these parts. I don't just fly. Lovely. So that takes you to a slightly different area. We're gonna work our way down here. We'll go down here. This is Mr. Ed, the donkey. One of my wife's buildings. I think this is generally her main house, hence all the doggies and everything. And the kitties. kind of see out into the lake. Some of the other bits that she's built. Excuse me. We've got this little bridge which takes us to her storage area. Now my storage just looks practical and kind of boring and dull. Whereas her storage, is very much, it's like a proper storage room, nice little cavern, bits and bobs here, there and everywhere. So I think it's very, very decorative. Looks very nice. I like it. Oh, got a little swing bench. I don't think I've seen that before. Wonder when she built that. So around here, we have another building. And this one leads out. Yeah, this one takes you out to her docks, where you can see she's got some boats. We'll get to that eventually. Oh, locked the door on myself. Well done. This is her kind of outdoor blacksmith. Looks very nice. There's ponies, bob stain and side boob. Orange is the New Black reference for those of you who watched it. Here's some cows, more housing, little fields, couple of chickens in the little chicken coop, bees and things around, Tumbleweed the camel. Good old Tumbleweed. Gosh. Does the other one have a name yet? No, not yet. Just Tumbleweed. More buildings and things. Very nice, very nice. As you can see, she's built herself a pagoda. Here. Oh. Oh. Oh, made a right mess of that, didn't I? Let's try that again. Over here. I suppose it's probably one of those places you're supposed to admire from a distance and not actually enter. This is a little like a little temple cave thing with like a sitting Buddha. A little Torii gate that you pass through. From my understanding, you should always pass through the sides, never through the middle, because that's the path that the Japanese gods will take. That's what I've read. Let's go up here. Oh, it's another little hut. That's where we came from. Yeah, I don't think we're supposed to visit the pagoda. I think we're supposed to just look at it from a distance and enjoy how nice it looks. Let's fly up. See from up here. So yeah, this little stone Torii gate. Your lanterns and things. It's all very nice. As I say, she's got an eye for that kind of thing. I can copy a build, but she just kind of whips up the stuff like it's just like no business. Up here we have my shrine with a Torii gate. This one was based on a build, probably another Cortezarino one. As I say, it does good builds. This is my little temple complex. It's a visual thing more than anything. And sheep. Excuse me a moment, so I'll just pause for a drink. There we go, that's better. Sorted. Bit of a drink sorted. Right, let's have a nosy. The only problem with this shrine location is you can't quite see the castle. It's there, but you can't quite get it. But let's take a guide over. It's like this whole area just looks really nice. We just like the area building around this lake. So down here, so we have more of my wife's work, the docks. There's like underwater areas. Kind of like the boatman's hut. So we've got some boats around here. A tiny little boat here. It's like a little kind of like tea. Kind of like the place you'd have like a little tea ceremony. A little table and everything. It's really nice. And then over here, a little onsen. Lovely. And yeah, that's the bulk of what we've got around here. Leads me up to here. Let's go in. Can't remember which way I'll be pointing when I go through. So I'm going to point sideways. There we go. So that takes you to that other portal that we saw, and also a door that takes you. Oh, hello, chicken. That takes you kind of out into the local kind of nether area. If I need something from the nether nearby, then I can just go boop, boop. The door's just here. Often pop out of here and then have arrows or fireballs launched at me. So I don't like to go out here very often. And then yeah, that's that port from earlier. So let's head back up here. Staircase to another railway. Where you going, chicken? I'm not going to hit you. Not going to hit you. Don't let those intrusive thoughts win. So up here is another railway system. So the book will tell you where we have to go. At the minute there's only 7 lines in operation. The building's capable of expanding to 15. But at the minute I don't have the need for 15. So we have the swamp, the witch farm, which is fairly near to the swamp, but obviously it's 2 separate areas. The end portal. We've got a blaze farm, we've got a plains village, and then some not in service lines and a guardian farm, and then the It's Not Pharaoh theme park, which I'm thinking we'll end this tour on. So, we go over here, this will also tell us where we're going. Yeah, and out here it's just Nether. Nothing to be seen. As you probably have guessed, we're on the roof of the Nether. Perfect place for a railway. No worrying about lava. It's all flat, just what you want. So, don't think we need to look at the swamp. Witch Realm's pretty bog standard. We'll do the end portal place because I quite like that. I did it based on it's like a diorama of the end. Pixel Riffs. I think it was Pixel Riffs did a video where he built one, and I loved it. And I thought, what a great idea! I want to do something similar. So I did, inspired by him. I'm positive it was Pixel Riffs. If it was somebody else, apologies, but I'm pretty sure it was Pixel Riffs. So let me get out. Obviously, here's our little, thought minecarts. Because you don't want to carry them around with you, do you, really? So let's head on through. Look, we are in a miniature version of the end. This took me quite a while, as you can imagine. Not even the building part, it was the hollowing out of a big enough area to make it work. You know, I mean, I've done this once before and I loved it. I think something like this for an end port just looks absolutely brilliant. You know, as I say, I was inspired by a build that I've seen before. Pretty sure it's Pixel Riffs. And yeah, that's how I get to my end. By going through there. But there's not a lot to see in the end, to be honest. I don't tend to build there very often. At the back of this is the exit to the stronghold. You've got a spawner just there. I've not really done anything with it. I don't really have a need to. Do I have an enderman farm? You know what? I can't even remember. I don't really want to go in to find out. I probably do. I normally do an end farm at some point, but maybe not. Maybe I decided not to bother. I can't remember what I normally do instead. It has been some time since I played. And I'd like to keep this world. I'd like to build upon it. I just kind of... I get inspired. I play for loads for a while. And then I kind of complete a project or whatnot. And then it's like, well, I don't know what to do next. So then I kind of stop. And it's like, what next? As you can see, this boots us out of the minecart, which we can then pick up. You know, use minecarts to go in here. But I tend to return them because, you know, I like to be nice to myself. And either put back in here or pop one there ready. So we've done that. Plays farm. That's what it sounds like, really. Looks quite cool. I guess we could go visit there. Now, I can't remember whose design I used for this railway system, but I love it. I love being able to like press a button to flip, you know, to choose my line. It resets. It was supposed to reset, you know, with each once you've like started your trip. Obviously can't remember whose build I based it on though. You know, it's like at least for the redstone and everything. You know, the kind of choice of bricks and everything. That's all on me. I'll leave that there because I'm coming back this way. We drop down. We drop down again. down, and as you can see, we are underneath lava. There's blaze heads and blaze rods, and all of these. And that does what it sounds like. Takes you to the Nether Fortress. And here we go, we've got some blazes coming in. So all you do is go on in here. And yeah. This is one of the places I come to if I want to repair stuff. So let's stick that there. Right, it's not super fast, but it is one option. Yeah, occasionally you get a bit too close to get one, which you don't always want. But yeah, that's the place on. Get whose build I use for this one. I like saved to like a playlist. I've got like a Minecraft tutorials playlist, so that's something I tend to use most of the time. And I fire it up, so oh yeah, I need to build this thing. So yeah. Let's pop that back. So yeah. So that's a little blaze farm. Not super fast, but it works. It would probably work faster on a harder difficulty, but that's not what I'm about. And back up here. Oh. Close that. Get back in here and press the button. And the way back we go to the main railway hub. Should be nearly there, I hope. Take this moment to hydrate. Always important to stay hydrated. Pick that up. And come back over here again. Hello, chicken. Nothing really at the Plains Village. My original plan for the theme park was going to be over there. And then I decided I didn't want to flatten all that area. I couldn't be bothered. And in the end, I had a desert village. Guardian Farm, pretty bog standard. If you've seen one, you've seen them all. So let's go to the theme park. And then maybe I'll have a look at the end portal. So, away we go. It is a bit of a trek. This might take a while. Oh, that's nice. I got a reward. We received a reward from Minecraft. Mask of the Watcher mask. Well, let's go and have a look. I guess I'll redeem that whilst this journey takes place. That's a long code. I'm not going to be doing that on my phone. I will come back to that. Ah, we are there. Just pop that in there. Right, let's go through. I'm not sure if it's day or night, we will find out. It is daytime. As you can see, this is a bit of a tip. I really ought to do something with that, but I'm never quite sure. You can see we've got the desert and we've got the plains. I do like the plains. I love acacia wood. As you can see, we've got a little boat. So here, welcome to the It's Not Fairy theme park. Entry fee, 1 ticket or 1 emerald. Oh, we have visitors. So, throw a ticket in there, go on through. Get the ticket back. Normal visitors wouldn't have to do that because, you know, they'd have to, they would have to pay. But, you know, my theme park, my rules. Got benches. If I remember, yeah, we have to do that. This is a mod. Love it. It's, you know, it's such a simple one. Sometimes that's just all you want. So what have we got? Camel rides. We've got the Oasis of Calm Maze, and we've got Tomb Raider. Yes, I know the pun is terrible, but there you go. Beads for all the camels. I haven't named any of them yet. I probably should. But you can use those to get around the park. So we've got Tomb Raider. So you press the button, you get in, and away you go. Sometimes this doesn't always work properly, but we seem to be okay. Whee. We're up. Whee. Whilst I was building this, I discovered the thing. You can have minecarts working underground. I did not know that until this point. And once I did, I was like, well, that sounds really cool. I'm going to build a thing. You know, it might not seem like much, but I was quite proud of that little ride. I basically saw a video that gave me the inspiration for building a roller coaster. Um, the design itself's mine. The kind of drops and things that are that's based on what they've done. You know, I didn't come up with the redstone or anything like that, but like the layout, I guess, of the ride is mine. That makes sense. You know, I absolutely wouldn't want to take credit that isn't earned. I mean, clearing the place for this theme park took me ages. It was something. It was a time. You can see here a building over here that belongs to the warden. You'll also notice that we have security guards wandering the place. It's important just to keep us all safe and secure. Right, that's the warden. Is he popping out? Say hello. As you can see, all littered around, we've got these camel hitching posts. I wanted somewhere so you could keep your camel safe whilst you're on the rides. That did the trick for me. So let's have a look in the maze. It's like, although I built this, I get lost constantly. I absolutely do not know where I'm going. The layout is mine. I followed a great guide though for making a maze. Oh, lovely. I've made it into the middle. If you stand on here, you get a prize. It's a diamond. Look at that. Lovely. Let's pop that back in there. It's like a little oasis in the middle of this desert maze. So we take a wander around and see what we can see. See if we can find the way out. It's definitely not that way. But yeah, so the guide was really clever for making a maze. Well, the very first time I made a maze, which was several years ago, I didn't follow a guide or anything. It was, you, you know, it took me quite a while, but this guide made it so easy to make. Oh, look at that! I actually solved that maze. That's probably the quickest I've solved it, to be honest. Obviously, there's a sign here saying follow the path around to the entrance. Um, so yeah, with this guide, it kind of talked about sectioning off. You basically make a grid. You make a grid out of your kind of maze material, like however big you want it to be, your maze. You make this big grid, section it off. As you can see, like my paths are too wide, so it's like you do a grid where like each square or whatnot would be, I think it'd be four, and then you would have a line of your material. It's kind of like going that way, and then you'd have a gap, and then you'd have another line, and you would do the same this way as well. So you would just have this massive area with like 2 by 2 blocks in it, and then you knock out a couple of blocks or whatnot at one side, and then wherever you want your exit to be, you knock them out at the other side, for instance, and then you knock out a path. You kind of work your way through all of these things. So you can see like here and here, they that's how it looked. So this would have hedge, and this would have hedge. And then yeah, you just knock your path through, and then you start making all your dead ends. And you'd have some spots where it's basically one long loop. So if you look here, you can see this kind of goes around, and that loops around here. So you could technically, if you took a right and then a right, go back round here, and then you come along and you'd be like, oh, I'll go right again, and you end up stuck in this loop. And you could be there for hours. So that's kind of how that path works. I thought that guide was quite clever when I read that, and now that's how I would always make a maze, using that method. Pretty neat. I mean, I quite enjoyed that. So what else have we got? So that's the maze, and we've had the roller coaster. The camels. This is the manager's office. Suggestions box, no suggestions in there yet. Come down here, it's manager's bedroom. Stay there. Under here is a music, like a music box, but it's powered by redstone. So if I trigger it, it'll start playing music, and it'll, when one disc finishes, it'll feed in the next. I'm not turning it on. I used a mod to make my own music CDs, so there is some copyrighted music in there. Obviously, for a stream, I can't really do that. Um, so I'll leave that off. But that will play, and then you'd be wandering around the park, and you'll get some music playing, which is quite nice. Time's nearly night time. That's fair. We'll take a wander anyway. So along here, we have a little lookout tower. This watchtower. Just have a look at the lay of the land. This was actually this was originally a desert village, and this is like part of the only bit of it that survived. I knocked down the village, kept the villagers, And they made the park, as you can see, you know, there's like an ice track. Got a big pyramid, you've got a little pyramid, some stalls over there, and some other bits and bobs. You know, it's nice, gives you a little overview. So let's head back on down. The building the wall around the outside of the theme park took me far too long. That was like a day job. It was quite repetitive. And I think I had to rebuild it at least once. I was gutted. Yep, that's the staff room. Oh, staff hard at work there, as you can see. In here we've got the Grand Prix, so it's a bit of a racing one. So you take a boat, walk through to the track, place the boat, and get in. Shoot the target block to begin. You have to speed around the course, count the poppies in the barrel. The lower the number of poppies, the faster you were. And then, you know, you can write in here how quickly you've done it. It's a bit fiddly sometimes, so you just have to bear with. So you basically kind of want to plant your boat there. Let me just make sure this is all tickety-boo. Oh, yeah. That's why we check, and there's always one in the hopper. Excuse me, sorry. So we get in the boat. And away we go. Oh. And then you've got to try and speed around, avoiding cacti, which will break your boat. Sand will slow you down. You can tell I'm not terribly good at this. Doesn't matter how many times I've tried. Yeah. And then when you cross. So 64 plus 7 is 71. So not my fastest. But yeah, that's how the Grand Prix works. It's one of the first things I thought of doing. I think it's one of the first things I built. And then kind of had to try and build everything else around it. Which probably wasn't the best way of doing it, but that's how I roll. So we go along this path, as you can see, lots of security guards. Got to keep my staff safe. A little oasis. We've got our kind of lake. Got a bench so you can look out at the boat. The good thing about this boat is it's practical, because there's beds in this one and the boat outside. So if it's night time and you want a bit of sleepy bye-byes, job's a good one. There you go. I did have a dolphin in here at one point. I don't know what happened to him, but I named him and everything, and then he vanished. This is like the market. Excuse me. So, you know, we have behave yourself. Sells honey and honeycomb. Denial fish and chips. I know, terrible poms. So there's your cooked potatoes. There's your cooked cod. I have a lot of cooked cod. That's thanks to the Guardian farm. Kitchen post. We have gritty throat water, you know, because thirsty work. Being out there in the desert. Over here, we've got a bookstore. And we've got the Winnie go round, so we round and round we go. Wee. There was supposed to be multiple horses, but they, occasionally they'd kind of get stuck, and then you try and get them going, and then it was very hard to have like an equal distance between the two, and it bugged me. So I switched to just the one. We've got the palace and we've got the pyramid. So we'll go investigate these first. We also have this little ride, Boo Boo Tap's Bouncer. I quite like this one. I think it's cute. Oh, I think we're supposed to get around here, maybe? Come here. Come here. Maybe it is up here. Normally manage this first time, every time. Come back here. Whee. It basically uses that whole mechanism that the roller coaster does, launching you in the air. It's quite fun, quite satisfying. It's back and forth in the back and forth thing. Right, enough of that. As you can see, I'm using a bit of a mod here for these chains. I just think it adds a little something. And then we've got the big palace. The original build that this is based on was actually a trading hall, but I thought it actually looked really nice as kind of like a palace, so that's what I'm going with. You've got your throne room in here, a couple of allays, just kind of doing the thing. There's not a lot on this level, a bench so you can kind of look out over the park. And then up here you've got a security guard and a pony. Why the pony's up here, who knows? What's another security guard up there? Let's go back down here. Which leads us over to the pyramid. Which should also be playing some music, but isn't. So let's take a wander. Right. Only a couple of people get to be around here. Oh. Oh, how did you go away? Oh dear, that's a problem. Okay, so this might need to wait until... There we go. It's better. I don't really want this guy following me, but what can I do? Bear with me, folks. Oh. Here you come. There we go, that's better. Right, let's go back where we were. Oh, I've got the mood music, so we go in here. My goodness, it's a jump scare. Ah. What we basically have here is another little maze. Question is, can I figure out the way out? The answer is maybe. It's flashing lights here. See, anyone that's photosensitive, epileptic, will probably need to look away during this. I quite like this effect, this with the red stone where it flashes. I thought this was quite neat. I quite enjoyed doing that. See if I can figure out the way out. I always struggle to get out of my own maze, especially this one. Oh no, we've done it, he says. Now this one is the ground floor of the pyramid, and it's quite big. There's a few bits and bobs that I did for this ground floor, and sometimes it works. Sometimes this little guy has a tendency to break, so I'm pleased that he's working. And I built this pyramid basically the same way I built the other maze, made the grids and all that, but I just did it on the ground floor, you know, like on the bottom level, single brick high, plotted out the entirety of the maze and the things that were going in it, and then I just built up the walls. I also discovered that what are they called? Basically the things that are designed to be beds in the nether, like the anchors or something, if you interact with them in the overworld, they explode. I discovered this when I blew a massive hole in my pyramid. Wasn't terribly impressed. But this is how you learn things. Yeah, I will probably spend the next 20 minutes wandering around this place, hoping to find the exit. What normally happens is I find the very beginning again. Oh, back to that guy. The thing is, I kind of forget the general kind of layout, what I need to be working my way towards or away from. This is also copyrighted material, this song, but seeing as it's something that I made, I think I'm okay. And yes, I like to name all my music food-related stuff, and that's probably never going to change. Oh, where are we? I have no idea. I try just sticking to the left, but I don't think that would work. Hopefully I'll just make it out of here before I starve to death. Oh, what we got? Hee hee. So used a lot of little tricks and things, just to try and give some kind of life to the maze, just to make it more interesting. You know, and I'm using the armor stands mod. If you've watched Hermitcraft, you'll be very familiar with it. Also, lots of use of the skulkers. The skulker sensors are great, and the streakers, because it just gives you that, again, that bit of feedback. You know, for a kind of haunted maze kind of thing, that's what you want, really. I feel like we might be getting somewhere. A dead end, perhaps. Is this promising? Is this promising? No, that's a dead end. What about down here? Aha. I think there's another room to explore first. Let's go this way. Nope, it's just a dead end. Scratch that. We will go back this way. We have found his tomb. Filled with gold and diamonds, and no, you may not take those. And then we drop down here. And we make our way through this path and away from the spooky music. We go up here, and you find yourself at the well in the market. And that's my little haunted pyramid. I was quite proud of that. And with that, that is pretty much the theme park that I've built so far. There's a bit of room for expansion back here. I don't really know what else to build. Yeah, I'm not great at redstone and stuff. I'm good at following guides. So if I've got inspiration, I can think, oh yeah, I could do this thing, or I could do that. But otherwise, you know, I do need a bit of guidance. Some ideas. Oh yeah, also with the Grand Prix, you've got a little Sphinx here. Based on a build by somebody I can't remember. But thank you to whoever you were anyway. I'm sure I probably have your video saved somewhere. Yeah, I've got a couple of little pyramids and things, like little details. But yeah, that's my theme park. Oh yeah, we were going to check out the end, weren't we? See if I had an ender farm there. Because I can't remember if I do. I wonder if he's got over good. Let's have a look. No, not really. Ugh. Get your minecart. And head back. Does take a little bit of time. Actually, whilst this happens, I'm just gonna pop to the loo. I will be back. There we go, I'm back. Better. We are back here, we'll keep that. So we were going to the end, weren't we? I couldn't remember what I had there. Shouldn't take too long. Dumpty dumpty dum. Oh, whoops. That went well. Luckily, there's a handy place ladder back here, in case these little accidents happen, which they often do. And away we go. Oh, are we going to crash? I hope not. Been doing so well. It's definitely struggling. We can do it, Minecraft. Come on, don't let me down. Oh, we're in. Whew. I worried for a minute there. That was a long loading screen. And it's crashed a lot trying to get it to work with OBS. So the fact that it didn't was good. So, yep, I haven't done much with the kind of portal area where you come in. In the past, I've built huts and things, and I think this is pretty much indicating to me that I don't have an Enderman farm in this world yet. Because usually I would build it out that way. I don't think there's anything anywhere else. Yes, got a little ender chest and a thing there. Obviously, your port to return. The only thing of note in the end that I've got is kind of wizard's tower thingamabob. I think it was a lady that designed this one, but their name escapes me. But I liked the design. I think I made it taller so that it would fit in with what I needed it to do. But it's like, take a wander in. Go up some floors. And then you're basically near enough where you need to be for lobbing your ender pearl in there to get to the outer end islands. I thought it was pretty neat. I liked that. I did like that a lot. Yeah, I can't see anything that suggests I built an ender farm yet. I probably felt I didn't need to. Well, yeah, I did demolish an entire obsidian tower though. Ooh. Yeah, I think maybe I just thought, oh, I'll just come here and I'll hit some endermen this way if I really need to for XP. There we go. Right, let's take a wander here. Oh yeah, there's another. That's that flattened obsidian tower. Tell you what, got a lot of obsidian for that. That was worth doing. Took me ages. Right, if we go back here, we should be back at the... Ah, yeah. The only problem with the beds in the little boats at the theme park is that happens. Because it's one high. So you can sleep in them, but it won't respawn you in them. Which is fine. I will head back into my house. By house, I mean castle. Meow. Right, let's go through here and set my spawn point. So yeah, that's the bulk of what I've got. I could show you some of the mines, but it's not particularly exciting down there. Um, that's kind of the stuff that we've built on this server. I would like to do more. I need to feel inspired. Sometimes the problem is it's just me and my wife on the server, and a lot of the time it's just me. So after my kind of inspiration runs dry, that's kind of it. I kind of neglect it because there's nothing drawing me back in. Um, but no, I'm proud of what I've done. As I say, I've followed a lot of guides for certain bits and bobs, but I like how I've kind of put it all together. And yeah, that's my little world. Well, thank you people that have watched this either as I streamed or watched it on catch up. I always appreciate if people are watching what I do. And I will stream again soon, hopefully. I don't know whether the next stream would be Flame in the Flood or whether it'll be streaming on my wife's stream, Spoopy Cyclops. Sometimes I will sit and chat with her when she's streaming Tiny Glade. Or if we're playing Phasmophobia, she may choose to stream that, and I'll be on her stream rather than streaming myself directly. We'll see. We'll see. But for now, take care, folks, and see you soon.